Hello, and welcome to our Energy Connect studio at COP28. I'm delighted to have joining me today in the studio Khalid Al Marzooqi, Chief Executive, Tabreed. Khalid, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Now, to start off, could you tell me a bit more about Tabreed?
Tabreed is the original district cooling company. We started back in 1998, so we celebrated 25 years of being in the market as an original district cooling company. The company has about 91 power plants, so let's say cooling plants. We are 1.3 million RTs strong. We have presence in the region, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Bahrain, and Egypt, as well as India as well recently. It's one of the major players. We see it when it comes to sustainability due to the fact that we provide cooling at a much higher efficiency compared to regular cooling by a margin of 50%. As a matter of fact, during the 25 years, we have prevented about 7.6 million metric tons of CO2 emissions. Just the difference in the efficiency, that equates to about taking off 1.2 million cars off the road, pretty much half of the cars in UAE. So that shows what district cooling can bring to sustainability and to the targets of COP28 as well.
That's really interesting to hear. And yes, glad you mentioned COP28.
Yeah.
We're here in day 5. How's COP28 gone for you? And I saw an announcement earlier this morning. Could you tell us more about that and the significance of the deal?
So COP28 definitely is the biggest showcase to show everybody this large, low-hanging fruit that everybody could take advantage of. The fact that 70% of the energy is consumed here in the area goes to district cooling, to cooling in general, 10% overall. So if somebody comes up with a 50% efficiency, that means that's a major player that really have to look into it. Unfortunately, we only cover 20%, so hopefully with the policies and drawing the attention to the district cooling, what can brings in, that we can actually increase that number. On the innovation side, of course, I think maybe you were referring to the geothermal. So definitely it's a big deal for us. We are super excited, super happy to actually have geothermal. This is a sustainable way of getting cooling, augmenting the already existing efficient cooling.
Absolutely. And I just want to delve a little bit deeper in, sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
What else is Tabreed doing it? And just want to hear more from you.
So I believe it's two angles of this one. So there's efficiency, which is built in with district cooling, the fact you're using water-cooled chillers. And then there's the innovation, which we refer to, which is got to do with the usage of geothermal. Mm-hmm. In addition, we have even tried to use the nanoparticles and nanotechnology. And in addition to that, which we started earlier, the usage of data for predictive demand-side management and looking at our equipment, which one is more efficient to run them. This takes about maybe 50%, but the other 50% has got to do with the policies and rolling out the correct policies and in order to expand, let's say, the usage of district cooling.
That's really good to hear, Khalid. And sounds like you're not sitting on your laurels. You're investing, in R&D and new innovations, which is exciting.
It's very exciting. It's part of the DNA of the company. We don't look at ourselves as a mere utility company. That we would like to push the technology. We want to implement it. And the beauty of this one, because of the size, small increments add up. And this is the scale, the economy of scale. 1.3 million tons. If you do a 1% increment to 1.3, you can imagine what the differences it can make. And this is what we see, the big differences because of the sizes we have and the multiple plants we have. And of course, where we are in the region, so all of these new technologies can be rolled out in other places to take advantage of as well.
Really good to hear. And I want to get your viewpoint on, partnerships, how important they are, but also in the world of sustainability, collaboration is going to be key.
Yeah, definitely. You cannot clap with one hand. That's for sure. Example, our collaboration with our partners within Egypt. That's why we opened up markets in Egypt. Same thing with collaboration in India with Tata Realty and the rest of the developers. IFC, we started a JV with IFC with Tabreed Asia to look at the Asian market and see the collaboration, what that brings in. in addition to the fact there's a collaboration you do with technology providers. So the latest geothermal that was done with ADNOC and Masdar. So you can see there's a tri-party that actually contributed. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to actually make this a success. Even the collaboration we have with our major shareholders, be it Mubadala or Engie, which are one of the major players when it comes to energy market. So all the know-how and the technology transfer, we take advantage of as well. So you can see, I mean, it's definitely is a way to go, and partnership is part of what we do every day.
Super. And you know, you touched on about, you know, expanding. Mm-hmm. You mentioned India there. So part of your strategic approach going forward is obviously expanding the markets you're in or partnering with.
It is, yes. However, we look at the market, see the potential market ever, if it fulfills our investment criteria. We look at ourselves as a district cooling investor, not just a mere investors who actually put money into that. But we are bringing our know-how, our technology, our efficiency that we know to, in order to increase our presence in other markets. Definitely, these markets have huge potentials. They're a bit different than our markets, which are cognizant of that, and we try our best to learn. So baby steps, as you might see in Egypt and in India, but hopefully that will open up a much greater potential for us.
Oh, fascinating, Khalid. And you know, just before we go, you know, education in the sense of explaining the benefits of district cooling, is that something they also feel that you want to get out there? So, you know, you said these low-hanging fruits, but right. If you really make a difference, this is what you can work on.
Of course, I mean, when you talk technically, we talk about numbers. So 0.85 kilowatts per ton versus 1.4. That's what I say. Enough said. I mean, on that, when it comes to that, augmenting it with the more disruptive technology, whether it's the use of nanofluids or adding geothermal to it, or the use of heat pump, you can even push that efficiency even higher. So I work it from that point of view. Let's say, okay, this is what it can provide. Let's backtrack and walk it in a way and work it in a way so, okay, that the policies and legislations from the generation all the way to, because we're the tail end of using of the power. And I always say the best kilowatt is a kilowatt that's not used. And you don't use that kilowatt, you don't emit CO2. Simple as that.
That's a good way of looking at it. Well, Khalid, I appreciate you coming down to the Energy Connect studio. I'm sure you're going to have a busy couple of days at COP, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thanks everyone for watching, and I look forward to bringing you more studio interviews from COP28 in the coming days.